Monday.
Hi.
Welcome.
Welcome
To the It's Not Cake podcast, where we do all of the dishing, but ain't no baking.
No baking.
Here. We always treat ourselves metaphorically because we chit-chat about different things every week. But we also treat ourselves with literal treats. And I'm really excited about today's.
I know, I am too. While we don't do any baking, we are talking about buns in the oven.
Oh, buddy.
Oh, buddy. It's baby fever season, everybody.
So since we're talking about all things bearing children, we got some baby bottle pops. Baby bottle
pop. This is so funny. I haven't seen these since I was a kid.
I'm so glad that you found them so effortlessly. We got to bring in Fun Dip if we find something appropriate to pair that with, topic-wise.
An episode about fun.
That's every episode, Cammie.
Oh, you're so right.
But I do love these.
Cheers. Click, right?
Uh-huh.
And then you dip it and shake it. Oh, you don't shake it.
Okay, I won't shake
and
it.
And lick it again. That was the
theme song.
Yeah, it was a pretty bad one.
Yeah.
I got too much.
I just got like the teeny tiniest little
just the
bit.
Tip.
Just the tip. So anyway, we're talking about making babies today.
Not necessarily the process.
Not the process. Just babies and kiddos and pregos. And we're also going to talk about the process of having kids at one point, but we would rather just start on the positive stuff about kids. If you don't know us personally, neither one of us have human children. We have fur children, which are much easier to deal with.
Yeah.
I would assume.
I think. I mean, it's poop in a bag. It's pretty easy, right?
That's pretty easy.
And kids are completely different from dogs. Although some days I'm not really sure. But there are some wonderful things about babies.
Well, yeah, common denominator with babies and most dogs. Usually a lot of them are cute. Not all, but a lot of them are pretty cute.
Woo! I have seen some ugly babies.
I really don't know if I have seen a really ugly baby before. Not in person.
We had one of those scenarios where we had a family friend come over, me and my sister, and she gave us a photo to keep because we were close, and it was the ugliest baby. And I feel bad saying that because it's oh, babies aren't beautiful. And hopefully she's grown out of it. I might have caught the baby in an awkward phase, which you wouldn't think would happen within their first year of life.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
I'm talking, it was just the closest thing I can relate this child to in this particular photo is Gollum from Lord of the Rings.
Was it a skinny baby?
She just kind of had crazy teeth, and she was pale, so you could kind of see some of her veins around her eyes, and she had kind of scraggly hair because she was a baby. But what we did was evil, and this is probably why I will have horribly ugly children or something. But Devin and I kept taking this photo and hiding it in each other's rooms for a good 2 years. But there are beautiful babies.
And some ugly babies grow up to be very attractive adults. So
and some adorable babies grow up to be ugly.
Ugly adults. That's true. So
Dang.
You know what?
It's
Don't
all a
judge a human by its baby face.
The cutest baby I know right now is my little nephew.
He is, just from a complete bystander with all this, an incredibly cute baby.
Really cute. Devin and her husband Ethan had Liam in February. And Devin
8
as
months.
a baby. Yeah. Oh my God. Did you do that math that fast?
Yeah. I figured it out.
Wow. You're like a baby Rain Man. No, they had a baby in February, and Devin was an adorable baby. And I've seen pictures of Ethan, and he was too, and they're both attractive people, so naturally their baby. He's precious moments, sparkly blue eyes, little button nose.
Oh yeah, that's
super smiley.
Move over Huggies. That's a Pampers baby right there.
He's so cute, and he's getting into that age where he's crawling, he's pulling himself up, he's making noises but not quite talking. So it's that really fun age. Yep. I know you love babies around what is it, a year and a half?
That's my favorite age. It's the tipsy toddler age when they're walking but they're falling, and they're talking but you can't really understand them, and they still need a lot of help.
Yeah.
And they're fussy when they get frustrated. Oh, it's so cute.
It's really
That's
cute.
my favorite age, from 7 months, I would say 8, probably where Liam is now, to about a year and a half.
Yeah.
sign me up.
Yeah.
Sign me up.
Tipsy toddler. That is perfect. Because you hear people say that like babies are basically drunk adults, and it's so true.
Mm-hmm.
He is precious, and he gives me the fever. I don't have a lot of babies out there that give me the fever, but he does. Maybe it's because I watched my sister have him.
That could be part of it too.
And I have another close friend who I was there like from the beginning of her pregnancy too, and to the baby. You know, that's the end of a pregnancy, right?
Right.
Beginning and then baby.
The
That's
baby.
all it is. And that's the part that gives me the fever, is not only seeing friends with cute babies, also having seen that they were able to get through their pregnancy and they survived, and now they like have this amazing baby, and what a connection, and my life has forever changed, and blah, blah, blah.
That's nice. And that's apparently how my mom was. She used to be like, oh, pregnancy was easy.
Yeah.
It wasn't hard. People that complain about labor are whining. And then in the back of my mind, I mean, but I also want to roll my eyes because I thought about my friend, and I won't name her, but she's had 2 children now. And she's about our age. And I remember when she had her first kid, I texted her congratulations. And I think she was just loopy because everything was wearing off. And she said, thanks, we're all so happy. Everything is beautiful. My vagina is ruined. But Cody and I are thrilled. I'm in so much pain. Like, you could tell she was so grateful and so in love with her newborn daughter. And yet she was devastated.
She was so torn.
Apparently her labor was not. Yeah. Oh, God.
Ooh, hang on. We'll get there. I want to bask in the goodness for a moment.
Right. Well,
especially this time of year.
Mm-hmm.
Like, end of the year, the holidays are happening. You're getting together with family. You're seeing little kids go meet Santa and stuff. And I'm just like, it wouldn't be so bad, right? Like, look how cute that sweater is on that baby.
And baby clothes without the babies in them are equally as cute as the babies
That's true. I could
themselves.
just buy them and make myself a little fake kid.
Yeah.
Put them on my dogs
That
and
might-
be like, it's the same.
Make a fake kid. That might be voodoo, but you know, it's all right.
It's fine as long as I
Tomato.
don't abuse it. I would love it, and then just put it in the corner to stare at me in my sleep.
There are so many themed things to do now when someone's pregnant. It's like, okay, well, you got to have this registry and this shower for that, but then a shower for this thing. Oh, and also the gender reveal party. And then you have to send an announcement. You have to send pregnancy announcements, pictures while you're pregnant before the baby's there.
Yeah, ultrasound photos going around social
Yeah.
media. Yeah. I feel like it's always relative to the person. I have had several friends have babies now, which is super weird.
Yeah.
And being in the South, obviously, a lot of kids, a lot of us kids, we just go off and get married and start having our babies. But it's true.
Really.
But having watched several people go through pregnancies and have kids and second pregnancies and third, it's interesting and informative, and it does make me feel different things. And then I had another friend who got pregnant, and she did everything in her pregnancy as natural as possible. She did what's called the Bradley method. I'm like learning all this stuff.
That's the breathing one where you have, you don't really push as much, right? You kind of let your body contract itself naturally. I
I'm
might
not
be making that up.
positive.
Okay.
I don't know if it's not just related to labor. It's related to your entire pregnancy. She didn't get any ultrasounds because it's like radiation and stuff, I guess. And she had the baby all natural, and she super, super natural. And she was
I like that.
Yeah, I do too. It's a lot of stuff that's available to make it like super easy and just like, whoop, baby.
Oh yeah, it's nuts. I was at some Christmas party last year and met this doula. I can't remember her name, but I talked to her for like an hour.
Yeah.
And she was like, "So, are you looking to have kids?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm not even dating anyone.
Yeah.
I just find this fascinating."
Yeah, it's you could talk to doulas for hours. My friend Kat, she was the one that did the Bradley method, and her mother has been a doula in the past.
Oh, I love it.
So her mom was her doula, which is super cool to me.
That is cool.
But she also took it a little bit further and also chose not to find out the gender of her baby. They found out and told Kat's mother and like her sister-in-law or something. She was kind of shocked at how bizarre she felt telling people nowadays. She was like, "No, I'm waiting to find out what I'm having because I don't want to start all of that stuff so soon." But then I have also had friends that have gotten pregnant and were addressing their child by their name as soon as they find it, like on social media, and like when they talk to their belly and stuff. Like they were like, little Michaela is moving around so much. Took Michaela to the park today. And I'm going, okay, but I mean, like, she's in
You
your
know,
belly.
Michaela's the size of an acorn
Yeah.
right now, swimming in goo.
Yeah, I always picture them like swimming, like backstroking. But it's weird. I don't know. I don't love gender reveal parties.
I was gonna say the same thing. I'm glad you feel that way.
No, I don't like them.
I just feel like it's just so commercialized, and it's like, wait, do we have to celebrate a gender? One, because then the kid might grow up and decide, you know what, this actually isn't who I feel like I am, or they might just be, completely androgynous, and it's just stop, just have the baby. If you want to buy pink stuff, but like, shut up.
It's weird to see them do the parties and have people like bet on.
Oh, I know.
On which one it's gonna be, and then you see like if it's a girl, sometimes the dad is like really upset, and I'm like, that just seems bizarre to celebrate that to me.
Agreed.
Because it's just weird, and it's like, what do you even do at those parties?
Yeah, do you bring a gift to a gender reveal party, or do you just pop balloons and
yeah? And then if
cake?
you bought like a boy gift, and then they're like, we're having a girl, it's like, okay, well, I'll just take this back.
Well, I guess to each their own.
Yeah.
I also don't like, and some of these are very tasteful, i.e. Beyonce.
Well, yeah.
But I don't like pregnancy photos. Like when they have their belly out, I'm just like,
I go back and forth on it. And it's probably,
I'm talking like the glamour shot, like the done up photo shoot.
Glamour, like naked, holding your boobs.
Yeah,
and
you're
being
holding
like,
your
"My
boobs,
baby."
and like it's just, you're looking down at your stomach, and it's just like,
Yeah.
I could have done that after eating a burger. Like, let's calm down.
Well, because see, I have this weird thing where I think that pregnant women should be allowed to wear whatever bathing suit they want to the beach.
I agree with that.
That doesn't bother me.
No,
or like
me
if they
neither.
want to wear a crop top because it's hot.
Right.
And you're trying to cover up so much. It's like, eh.
And you know what? It's those same people or those personality types that they always complain afterwards about like their baby weight. And it's like, your kid is 7.
Yeah.
Like it's been a minute.
You've had time.
You've had some time.
That's the part that freaks me out is not baby weight, but your post-baby body.
Well, that's different. Yeah.
Because it's like you hear it, but you don't register it until it's someone you know or until it happens to you. And so I have had these friends be like, well, I used to kind of have like a boyish figure, but now I've got these hips because my bones literally opened up. Mm-hmm. Things changed. My hands are a different shape. Like that has happened to people. That's
weird to me too.
And timeline with pregnancy is really weird too, because some people are like, don't announce that you're pregnant. Traditionally, in the past, I've heard like you actually should wait until 5 months.
Oh,
and some people are.
I thought it was first trimester.
I don't. I mean, is that? But it's like nowadays, it's like you're 2 minutes pregnant, and people are posting photos like, "Can't wait to meet you."
It's a sunflower
it's
seed.
Like you don't even know for sure. You haven't even been to the doctor.
That's another thing I'm sick of. Are the pictures of the measuring the belly with the chalkboard sign?
Yeah,
they're like
baby's
today
the size of an eggplant.
Yeah, it's like I don't just when it's here, I'll say hi, but I'm not gonna address your fruit.
Gosh, pregnancy and social media. Sorry. It is like, I feel really hypocritical because there are times where I know friends that are pregnant and I'm like, I haven't heard anything about your pregnancy. How are you doing? What's going on? How big are you? Is it swollen? Are you still sick? What trimester are you even in? What is a trimester? And then there are other people where I'm like, oh, I actually haven't been notified in 3 minutes that you are pregnant. And oh, there it is.
Oh, wait. No,
I see that you're pregnant.
So you're still pregnant. Okay.
Because it like infiltrates their entire life. And some people are like, I'm just trying to get stuff done and I just happen to be pregnant.
Well, so that goes on for a lot of different subjects. But yeah, pregnancy and social media can be a nightmare.
Yeah, well, and it's
lovely.
Like, it can be nice. I mean, I think all of it, in moderation.
I like social media when the babies are there.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Give me the baby pics.
All day, every day.
I mean, and this is true before social media was even a thing. That people just like try to paint their pregnancy as this like beautiful, lovely experience. And it's like, it's just been so overwhelmingly joyous. And I feel like I am more connected to Mother Earth than I ever have been. And it's like, hey, aren't you literally spewing out both ends right now? There's too many horror stories.
There's a ton.
But they don't tell them. And then you find out later and you're like, what?
And I have a list of some stories that are pretty terrifying. But before we get there, just to do a little litmus test, would you say your baby fever is at like 100? Is it at like a solid 99? Because I think
I've never gotten into like the 90s ever with baby fever, but I'm often at like 0. So when I do get to like 60, 70 high baby fever, I'm going, oh God. It's like when you start getting closer and closer to 30, obviously some people are like, my clock is literally ticking. But it's this age, this time of year. And my sister has a kid now and my friends have kids now. And I'm going, oh, see, they can. So right now I would say baby fever from 0 to 100 right now it's at like 80.
That's good. I think that's good.
But it's not. I can't take care of a baby right now.
Well,
I am the baby.
You have 20 percentiles left to notch up, so
yeah,
that's
true.
fine.
I'll
it's
shake
okay
it
to
off.
want it.
It's fine. I'll just get another dog. No, I need to remind myself of the horrifying stories to keep it at bay until I'm legitimately ready, and because I am the boss of me. My body is not the boss of me.
That's what I'm here for.
Thank you.
So I full disclosure did read some of these because I wanted to prepare myself beforehand. Okay.
Uh-oh.
I have a few. They're all pretty short. These are all they're not about children. They're about actual delivery
Pregnancy,
problems.
labor, delivery, all that good stuff. Okay.
I don't know if any of them are about pregnancy. I think they're all about delivery.
That's where, a lot happens.
A lot happens.
I guess. Oh, good thing to also do if you have baby fever is just Google crowning baby.
Oh. Okay, here's one.
Oh, no.
After I gave birth, the midwife went pale and literally ran out of the room to find a surgeon because apparently I had torn so badly that she was concerned I might need my clitoris sewn back on.
Oh my God.
Now that you're clenching, I can assure you that everything is back in working order. So it ended up being fine, but apparently the nurse...
See, that's the thing is that I learned that late in life, I feel. I should have learned as soon as you learn how babies are conceived. Like, by the way, you could rip front to back, pure rippage. And I know this is like TMI, but people, this is real.
It's real.
Men and women both need to know this. It's not always miraculous. Sometimes it's horrifying and painful.
Ugh.
Woo!
This one's kind of funny. Well, the lady starts by saying, I can't even type it out because I will cry.
Aww.
She said, let's just say it involved 3.5 hours of pushing, a manual inversion, a broken tailbone, an Ambien, and hallucinations of giraffes cleaning underneath my bed.
What?
Because she was like on Ambien and had her epidural and just all this crazy stuff.
So
it was hilarious.
Oh my, what inversion? A what?
A manual inversion? I don't know what that means.
It doesn't sound good.
Is that like when a cow gives birth and they wrap stuff around the legs and just like yank it out?
Oh my God. I don't know.
If that's right.
Inversion though, that to me sounds like stuff came out that had to be put back in. Yeah, that's, ooh. I have heard stories of that babies just like drag some of you with them.
Oh, this one is post baby.
Yeah.
Okay. So this lady had an emergency C-section, and she said, after my baby's heart rate became irregular, I had an emergency C-section, blah, blah, blah. Everything went okay, got home, and a couple of days later, I stood up from peeing, and a massive rush of blood and fluid came out. My C-section reopened itself, and it took 6 weeks of tape and wound vacs and a daily nurse visit, and then she was mostly back to normal. It reopened. I don't know how that happened. That has to be suable for malpractice, but I would pass out. I'm sure she did too. I don't know.
Poor things. You think you're done, but you're never done. Pregnancy 2.0. God almighty, that sounds horrifying.
This one scares me a lot because, and you can probably relate because it has to do with like this woman being just anxious.
Oh yeah.
So she said she attempted a natural delivery with her twins, but she needed a C-section. Yeah, and she has this fear of things covering her face. Oh, no. So she was instantly triggered by the anesthesia mask. So she had a panic attack on a psychotic level and was hitting staff and trying to tear the IVs out of her arms.
Oh my God. That would be me.
And she said, due to it being a twin preterm delivery as well as an emergency C-section, it was easy for me to slip from this is scary and sudden and unplanned to they're trying to kill me. And she said, I felt really embarrassed in recovery 2 hours later. But can you imagine just that fear?
See, I have a funny story of a family member. I don't want to embarrass them. But the story is that she started having contractions, knew that she was going into labor. And sometimes with pregnancy brain and all the adrenaline, you're kind of just like, you don't always make normal decisions, but nothing crazy. You're just like, I need to clean. I've heard of like women, like they start having contractions and they clean their whole house. This person was like, I need to go take a shower. I just need to get cleaned up and clean before I go and have a baby. As if that matters. Like, I need to get clean for the doctors is what she said.
My mom painted her nails.
Yeah, see?
Yeah, weird.
It's fine. Let's like beautify before I go squeeze someone out of me. And as soon as she got in the shower, pooped.
Oh, no. Yeah. Yeah.
I learned there are things you can do to accelerate your contractions and get into labor faster because people just want to get it done and get it over with. And she did, you like take castor oil.
Castor
do
oil,
a shot of castor oil.
Spicy food.
Yeah,
sex,
she did that, but apparently she wasn't aware that the downside to doing castor oil is that it loosens things up and you absolutely will poop.
Well, yeah, isn't it known as a natural laxative?
Yeah, that too. But she just didn't even think about it, and she was like, I just want this baby out, and she had already done all the other things. So she did that, pooped on the doctor, and as soon as she told me that story, at first I was like, but then I go, I am going to do that on purpose. That way, when I have my kid and my kid's acting up, I can be like, I took a shit on you when I pushed you out of me. And I will do it again. Yeah, I will tie you down and I will take a crap.
Just like
on your
go
face.
and get the castor oil and hold it up.
Back up.
Shake it.
I will poop on you.
Okay. This one is, in my opinion, the worst. After my C-section, things went horribly wrong. My abdominal muscle wall clamped down and they couldn't get my uterus back in my body. I know. I had the OB, 2 residents, 2 nurses, and the anesthesiologist trying to pull on my muscle layer enough to stuff my uterus back in, but it wouldn't budge. 4 drugs later, they finally got it back inside my body. But can you imagine just your body being like closed for business?
Out.
And they're, you know how C-section, they're just holding your organs like God's got to go back in.
Having a baby is the most metal thing ever. And people downplay it so much. It's like, my organs were out of me and I took a crap on the doctor. And then they couldn't shove it back in because I was too strong.
Yep.
Her uterus, has she had more babies?
She didn't say. I don't know. The lady that had her clitoris fall off, she had another baby.
My mom says that with my oldest sister, she says they used some sort of tool. The doctor used some sort of tool to like help pull the baby out. She was like, and the doctor took like 2 giant salad tongs and grabbed Paige by the head and just kind of like pulled her out. I don't know if they use those anymore, but she was like, it was just this kind of like clamp that was like, get the baby.
Oh, no. Oh, these 2, okay, the last 2 are funny. I feel like we could go back. Okay. Well, this one's not that funny, but it's kind of funny.
It's all great and funny.
So this lady said, my epidural fell out and no one believed me, which is weird.
Oh my God.
So the doctor said, do you feel this? And stabbed me in the stomach with a scalpel during an emergency C-section.
Couldn't he have just pinched her or something?
Or just checked the epidural, see if it was still in there.
What? That is not cool.
Yeah, that one is really messed up.
Is that the whole story? Just that?
That's it. This one actually is funny.
Okay.
And I'm surprised it was even on the list with all of these other horrifying ones.
Oh, no.
This one says, my baby had a bowel movement in utero. So the first thing that I heard when the doctor opened me up for my C-section was, whoa, somebody pooped in the pool. Which is terrible, but
the baby pulled a Caddyshack. Oh, my God. Okay. Did you know that babies, they do that? They do poop inside you, but because they're not eating solid matter, they'll come out and their first few poops, it's like tar.
Oh, it's gross.
It's disgusting. Mm-hmm. They literally just poop out like slime, and it's just like,
babies are little aliens.
They're
like little
parasites. A literal parasite. Oh, it's living off of you.
It's feeding off of your nutrition.
Isn't that freaky? Babies are freaky.
Miracle or freaky?
A miraculous freak.
Oh, yeah.
That's the title of my autobiography. And all the women are like, you just go through it and you'd be surprised. It's a lot easier than you think and everything just falls into place. And I'm like, I feel like you were drugged and you just don't remember now because the kid is like 5.
Right. There was adrenaline involved and now you have a cute baby to prove it.
My husband, His mom tells me that he was a rather large baby.
Well, he's a large human.
He's a large human, so he was a large baby. He's a tall human. He's perfectly proportionate.
Right. He's tall.
He was a 10-pound baby. And so I was like, oh, that's a pretty big baby. And that is also one of my fears, is like me being a small human, marrying a large human. And I've just heard of like really scary stories of other women who are really petite. That happened with my sister. I know she wanted to have Liam naturally, but then they had to break her water.
Oh. Can we talk about what breaking a water is? It's really gross. I almost used an expletive.
I don't know if I actually understand it.
Okay.
Educate me. I got it. Baby fever is down from 80 to like 68 right now, and I need it to go down.
So, okay. And if you're listening to this and I'm completely just wrong, please let me know. But from my understanding, breaking your water is when basically your like the bubble in which the baby is being held in your body breaks. So like, you know how the baby's floating in all that fluid? It literally just like down
Is that
here.
the placenta?
No.
I don't know.
I'm gonna look it up.
Okay,
it's
see,
gonna bother me.
like that too. I just feel so uneducated on the whole
uterus
subject.
that breaks, right? It's the rupture of the amniotic sac.
Is that the placenta?
The
I don't
placenta
know.
feeds the baby.
Yeah,
it's like
there's
what
a
it
lot
eats.
going on. There's too many sacs and fluids and something called a mucus plug, which is just the freakiest thing I've ever heard.
It says the breaking of the amniotic sac and the gush that that follows, signaling that your baby is getting ready to be born. So I guess within the uterus is an amniotic sac,
and the mitochondria is the powerhouse.
and a little freaky baby pops through it.
Yeah, that's it. A lot of women try to, if it's possible, they try to save their placenta, because apparently if you can save the placenta,
Like you keep it in you or save it
no,
outside of
you
yourself?
you take it.
Okay,
Like the
okay.
doctor like gets it and gives
Right.
it to you in like, I don't know, a Ziploc bag. I'm not sure. And you take it and you get it dehydrated, and you can get it crushed into like a powder form, and people put them in capsules and take it as pills and put it in their smoothies and stuff, because it's just literally putting back this like pure nutrients that you were
Right.
feeding your baby with back into your body, and you like heal faster and your like skin is glowing. So I told my sister this. I was like, you have to eat your placenta. Eat the placenta. And she was like, that's freaky. I'm not doing it.
It is freaky, but I would do it because it's freaky.
I would totally do it, because I know that you can dehydrate it and put it in a capsule. I mean, like, she thought that I meant like take a big meaty
Some
bite.
people do. I think.
I guess they do, especially
think I
in
would
other
do
weird
it.
cultures. But I was trying really hard to encourage her to do it. And I was grossing her out because we started coming up with delicious menu items involving placenta. I was like, ooh, start off with some cheesy placentats.
Can we open a placenta restaurant?
Yeah.
Like a food truck.
Yeah. And just call it like amniotic.
Oh, yeah.
Or something super trendy. Placentacos with a dessert of placenta tiramisu.
Ooh, yum.
Placenta tequila shot.
Yeah.
Not meant for pregnant mothers.
You could put the dried crumbled placenta around the little shot glass. Like
See?
you dip it in.
You dip the rim in the placenta dehydrated dust. And sugar.
Baby bottle pop.
Yes, baby bottle pop sugar. Secretly made of babies.
Ew.
I don't know. I feel like I go back and forth between being like drugs, hospital, I don't even want to know it happened, and being like, I need to have my child in the forest in a bed of leaves, and I will eat my placenta meat.
I want to eat my placenta just for the shock factor.
Exactly, and tell everyone.
Yeah, that's
Another
all.
thing you can threaten your kid with.
I ate my placenta for you.
Remember what you came in? I ate it for breakfast.
Be like, do you want to eat your placenta?
No,
No.
didn't think so.
Go to your
Go to your room.
So I actually, funny enough, I'm going to pull it up right now. I was on Twitter yesterday, and I think it was on BuzzFeed. Let's see. I'm
Probably.
pretty sure I favorited it.
Baby quizzes.
We have gathered the data for the top names in 2017 that I guess
Ooh.
parents named their kiddos.
I want to know, because I know we actually have kind of moved away from like
Yeah.
the crazy names, you know, like Wingspan and Apple, but it's moved into like naming their kids like Heath.
Right. These are the most popular.
Okay, I want to know.
Do you have any guesses for boy or for girl?
I want to say the name Gemma for a girl, which
That's
is
really
on my
pretty.
list. It's very pretty,
That's
but I feel like it's really
beautiful.
popular. And I'm also gonna say Quinn, gender irrelevant.
Oh, okay. So neither are on the girl or boy. The number one girl name, here's a hint, has been ranked number one for the 8th consecutive year.
Yikes.
The top 3 I could have guessed easily. 8 out of the top 10 names end in the letter A for girls.
Kara.
So number 1 is Sophia.
Oh, well.
2 is Olivia.
Olivia.
3 is Emma. And then there's Ava, Isabella, Mia, Aria. And there's Riley and Zoe. And then Amelia.
What's the deal?
I know. I guess people like their names.
It's easy to follow up a middle name when you end with a vowel.
That's true, but let's go back to the IE days. Am I right?
Hey-o. Katie, Cammie, Kelly, Cassie, Brittany. My mom's a middle school teacher, but she watches the popular names come through.
Mm-hmm.
And she had a year where she had 6 or 7 Sierras.
Oh,
Almost
wow.
all white girls named Sierra. There are names that you hear adults have. You go, have you ever met a baby named Carol?
Ellen.
But there are certain names that you only associate with like middle-aged people.
Right.
Like what baby do you know?
Margaret, Pamela.
Margaret, Pamela.
Mm-hmm. What about boy names? What do you think is like the top boy names this year?
Turk.
Okay, this is popularity, not like wacky. These are all pretty normal names with the exception of like maybe one.
Elliot?
I'm actually surprised that Elliot's not on there. The number 1 name has been number 1 for 5 years in a row now, and it's Jackson.
Jackson. That makes sense.
Liam is number 2 in popularity.
There's my nephew.
There you go.
He's precious.
Noah, which I know is popular. Aiden is popular. Lucas, which I did not know was popular.
I know two
you?
Lucases.
And then Caden.
Caden, yeah.
Grayson, which is new to the top 10 this year.
Yep.
Mason.
Grayson, Mason.
Elijah and Logan. Logan's new to the top 10 this year.
I just feel like these are all white people names.
They are. Well, maybe not Elijah, just that one.
I'm like, who's making these lists? Because I mean, clearly the most popular name in the world should be Muhammad.
Yeah,
like that
true.
It literally is. And like,
right.
You
this
know,
is America.
Yeah. Well, only white people here, I guess.
I feel like Jackson could be pretty ethnically ambiguous.
That's probably true. And maybe that's me being ingrained by the system to think that these names should only go to white babies. I blame society.
Speaking of white babies, I don't know if I'll be able to have my own children one day. Hopefully I can. It's kind of up in the air. But if I adopt, I would like to adopt a kid in need, and I don't care really where they come from. But since it's not completely out of the equation, I mean, there are options for baby daddies.
Mm-hmm.
You know who's going to be part 2 of your equation, which is really nice.
Yeah.
Like that's...
I have a built-in baby daddy.
And y'all are going to have really cute kids.
I hope
too.
so.
Oh, you will. You very much complement each other, so you will.
Thank you so much.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I can call someone and ask them.
Are you serious?
Yeah, why not?
You want to just call somebody and be like, hey, if I'm not married and by 40 and you're not married by 40, I don't want to get married. Do you just want to have my kid with me?
Yeah, like I have time ticking.
Oh my gosh.
Let me just scroll through my texts. All right, I have two people that are guys that I very much know are single right now.
Sure. Why not? Let's just call them and be like, hey, how do you feel about kids?
All right, let's just see if this person answers. All right, I'm calling my friend Patrick.
Also a good name.
He's very funny. He said he was drunk at a hotel, so this could be interesting.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
Hello.
Hi, Patrick.
What up,
Hey,
lady?
can I ask you a question?
Yes, you can.
How do you think of me, like, genetically?
Of you genetically?
Yeah.
I mean, as a, you're a female?
I correct. Like my genes, my like do you think there's something going there that you might be interested in using?
Absolutely. I mean, genetically, you're funny, you're smart. You're a young, good-looking lady. What's there not to use?
That's so nice. Oh, that's so nice.
Yeah.
So I have a question. Would you want to have children?
Absolutely.
All right.
Oh!
The children I could get out of you, they would be stellar athletes.
Athletes?
They better be.
Yeah, I'm really athletic.
Between
All right.
my athletic background and your good genes, These kids better take over the good world.
Yeah, I'm real athletic. I'm so glad. Oh, that makes me happy. Thanks. How's your hotel?
Yeah, it's fantastic. I'm in Indianapolis, housing my parents' dog with me because they're in Detroit taking care of my sick grandmother.
Oh, well, that's
Lock
there
this
you go.
guy down. Listen to how caring he
all right.
is.
All right, Patrick. Thank you for your sperm. I'm gonna go.
I'm so excited to hear how this works out.
All right. Thanks. Bye.
Katie!
Yeah, Patrick.
Oh my God, this poor guy
Oh,
thinks
he's so
he's gonna
funny.
have your kids with you.
No,
he just was like, absolutely. Wow. Well, hey, at least you've got somebody secured.
Mom, I did it.
Pam, if anything, we found someone she can procreate with. Wow. But hey, if you can just call up a guy and be like, let's cut the crap. I mean, I've got the goods, you've got the goods. Let's just make a pact and make sure in case we don't have babies, we will.
So yeah, you're right. Maybe I should just call people and ask if they want to, mate.
Cut out the middleman and first see, just go ahead and get to like that 5th, 8th, 10th date question.
Right.
See if they're up for it and be like, okay, cool. I mean, we'll put a pin in that. I just wanted to make sure that you were even interested and we had the same ideals.
He just texted me and says, "Thank you for your womb. It's a great place to grow my minions." Evil laugh.
He means minions of death.
I'm fine with that.
I would love to harbor your tiny Satan babies. Can't wait. I'll start prepping. You know what you can do to prep? I learned this from a friend. They said something about putting olive oil around your area using this lovely 2-finger motion.
That's a big one.
And then, so I was like, that's hilarious. I wonder if anyone does this. A very close friend of mine said that she absolutely did. Mm-hmm. But then she said, but you forget your belly grows really big and then you can't do it anymore. So, the husband is supposed to start aiding you, which part of me was like, yeah, you better get down there and then when I tried to tell my sister to do this, she was like, absolutely not.
Really?
Yeah, because there are just some people that are like, I just want to get it done and have nobody else down there, and other people are like, you need to be involved because you did this to me.
Yeah, can you think? It's so funny as an adult thinking about the lack of effort that really goes into the guy's part of making a human, and then we have to like rip open our body and eat our placentas.
No,
what a mess.
thankfully there's like a new movement of dads trying to be more involved, but I don't know, Cameron. I might tell you to check under the hood every now and then. Oh man, I know how I am under pressure. I will probably be a nightmare, and it'll be partially just me and my crazy brain, but also the other part of me is like, I'm gonna milk this. I'm gonna milk this before I have to milk these.
Oh,
because I'm not ready for kids. We're not
right.
ready. I'm not ready because if you have a baby, you can't be the baby. I'm not saying please kill the baby fever in me because having baby fever is like so stupid.
No,
it's like
your body's telling you.
You're biologically built this way, and if it weren't for the women who actually like desire to be a mom with their whole lives, like that's what they want, we wouldn't have these really great kids in the world.
That's so true.
And there are people who are made to be that way to also allow people like me to have plenty of time to be indecisive or maybe not have babies or whatever. I think baby fever is okay. It should be celebrated, but I'm not ready, so don't push it on me, guys.
Yeah, there's a nice balance between I want kids someday and I appreciate the cute ones, and also having the balance of I like being selfish right now, so let's like pump the brakes for a second.
But I'm not ready to not be able to eat whenever I want and sleep well.
Or just leave the house.
Yeah. It's hard enough with dogs. Like we're trying to travel for the holidays and getting that all situated is enough. I can't imagine when I see parents with multiple kids at the airport.
Oh, I cannot imagine.
Yikes. Or hearing my sister be like, oh, we're going on vacation, so I have to pack for me and Liam.
It's a process. Even to go to the store with a baby is like a process.
It's a process. And they already wake you up super early and you don't have any sleep. It's like, it is a huge sacrifice.
I just don't want to do that right now. I'm just like focusing on my brain and myself.
But I like that we've actually talked about it. It's fun to talk about and think about.
Ladies, if you want a kid and you're single, call up some of your eligible men and just jump into it.
Just scroll through the first person you texted last that happens to be single, and it works.
It really does
Apparently.
work. You'd be surprised at what people would not only compliment your genetics.
Yeah, that was so nice.
He was so nice. I was fully expecting him to think that you were just like hitting on him. You're like, yeah, I'm really into those genes. I'd like to get into those genes. Keep your stories to yourself until I say, okay, baby fever is at capacity. I need your stories. Make them as horrifying as you possibly can.
Yeah, if you have any crazy stories, let us know. Also, you guys, this is the first episode we're recording where we've been published on iTunes. So please, if you have not subscribed, please do and leave us a review. That really helps us a lot.
Say thanks a lot for grossing me out. I didn't even know what a placenta was. Don't listen to this podcast because they're stupid. Placentats.
That's a really good way to end this. Bye, guys.
Bye.